Welcome, everybody. Guess what? This is season 2 now. Six Sides of Life. Welcome back to a second season of Six Sides of Life. We are the podcast where we talk about real issues. We talk about things that affect our community. And of course, we love engaging with everyone when it comes to the things that affect our community and, of course, just everything that we're going to be touching on this season. I am the moderator, as you can say, and it's six brothers. Today, in our season 2 premiere, we have 4 of the brothers who are going to be here talking about our topic, which is going to be high value men. So to get started, we're going to do some introductions. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, if this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second season listening to us, we thank you for coming back. But to get started, we're going to start out with some introductions. So first, we're going to go with our eldest statesman, John. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. Hello. Hey, folks. My name is John Exum. I am the oldest brother, married, one child in the IT industry. Looking forward to a very spirited conversation with my brothers. Yes, and these are my biological brothers. There's a lot of us.
All right, thank you, John. All right, we don't know that. Anyway, next we have Nate, aka the Book of Nate. Go ahead, Nate. Salute our audience.
How you doing, everybody? Good evening. I'm Nate Nathaniel Exum. I'm the third of the 6. I'm single. Get it? I'm single. No kids. No kids. I'm a Navy veteran. I served 8 years. Did my time in Iraq and all that good stuff. I work in logistics. I am also a head basketball coach at the local high school here in Maryland. I'm a mentor. I'm a tutor. I'm a trainer. And I'm the jack of all trades. I hope you all enjoy.
All right, Nate, we appreciate your little transcript that you gave us. And now we're going to move over
coming to
our youngest cast member, Ozzy, Little Oz X. We're going to go ahead.
First of all.
Go ahead, Ozzy. Go ahead. Salute everybody.
Wild, crazy right now.
Go ahead,
Ozzy. I'm 28. I'm married. I have a daughter who is about to be 8 months. I am a football coach, head basketball coach, and assistant strength coach at a high school here. Also teach, and I'm just excited to get this season started and really have some great conversation and hopefully teach you guys some things from the youngest, teaching the old heads something because you're hard-headed and need to learn something from me. So that's my piece.
Okay,
Ozzy. Everybody has dreams, but not all dreams are realized. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Now, my name is Robin Exume. I'm married. I am the father of one daughter, and I am a graduate from the University of Georgia, currently working in the insurance industry. Okay, so that's who I am. That's who we are. And like I said, if you haven't listened to our podcast before, we're 6 biological brothers. We touch on faith, family, finances, community, entertainment, and social responsibility. So one of those pillars we're going to touch on today. And we're going to be talking about high value men. Okay? How high value men are talked about, whether it's fair to designate the man as high value based off his income, and then of course what we would consider what's truly a high value man in terms of what are the kind of characteristics that a true man of value should have, and what that's the kind of guy that of course you would want to lead a household, or for women that would want to marry. So I'm going to throw the question out to the guys today, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a good conversation. Of course, we're going to go back and forth. But I want to kind of start the conversation off with one, in your opinion, Is it fair for a man to be designated high value based off what he makes? Do you think that is a fair component of a man's life to be considered high value solely on the amount of money he is bringing into the household? What are your thoughts on that? Let's start off first with the book of Nate. Let's talk to Nate first. What are your thoughts on designating someone high value solely on the size of his wallet? What do you think about that, Nate?
I think it's dumb. So if any woman believes that a high value man is something that pertains to his pockets, I'm afraid to tell you, you are dumb. If you got a problem, you can see me. Okay? And the reason I say that is money isn't everything. Money is the root of all evil. So if you think you're gonna just find somebody, oh, he makes six figures, I need to be so my standards are somebody with six figures. That could be a standard, but what do you bring to the table? Besides what? What are you bringing? You can cook, so can probably that guy. You can clean, so can that guy. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for a come up, then yes, you can keep that so-called ideal goal of uh, a high value man being someone that makes six figure or more, and then you'll be categorized a gold digger. You'll probably won't make it past 10 years, and then you'll try to get some money, but he probably do a prenup on you, so if you're smart enough. And then you leave with whatever you came with, nothing, just the dresses and the little shoes. Um, so going into a relationship, you shouldn't. I mean, I'm saying as a some advice. You shouldn't look into a man. Speaking about women, um, for monetary gain. It doesn't benefit you. Ideally, it doesn't benefit you. If you think just going into something and like, oh yeah, he makes six figures, so I'm gonna make it like you're gonna make it to what? To more clothes, more shoes, more materialistic things, nothing else. How about communication? So how about he makes six figures, but he's not a good communicator.
Mm.
He doesn't show emotion. He doesn't sympathize. He doesn't compromise. All that comes together. So you want the money, but then you lose out on everything else. So what are you willing to sacrifice? You rather have somebody that makes all this money and you get nothing in return. You don't get the communication part, the love and the affection, or do you want all that stuff and he can make high five figures or whatever he makes like it's regardless whatever you get into a relationship, you're gonna sacrifice something.
Mm.
Automatically both partners sacrifice their time, their their time with each other. I mean, time by themselves. So they're spending it with someone else. So they're sacrificing that. But are you willing to sacrifice the most important things in a relationship? Are you sacrificing? Are you willing to say, you know what? I'd rather get a man that has six figures, that's not affectionate, that's not a emotional, that and women case this big, they look into guys that are good in the bedroom. So you're gonna sacrifice a whack dude in the bed, no love, no affection for money. That's gonna lead you to what? Cheating. You're gonna say, well, I got
Mm.
my man making the money, but I need some good pencil in my sharpener.
Oh, okay,
So
man.
I'm gonna go somewhere else.
We got
This
I'm gonna
dude
go
right
somewhere else.
here.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
That's
I'm
so
just
He went
saying it's
You
off.
got
fair, man.
Wait. He
You
went
shouldn't
off.
have started with me. You should
All
have
right.
started. You should have. Let me be last. You
All
started with
right.
me, so I'm gonna get it out there. So,
Okay.
don't,
Okay.
don't
Thank you.
the pencil in
so
the
y'all gonna
sharpener.
hear this.
All
Y'all
right.
gonna hear this. I'm gonna teach y'all something.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So, I'm
Wait,
gonna,
wait,
in
wait. You gonna
closing.
teach us
In
something?
closing,
But you said,
Okay.
okay,
not
all right,
you.
all
I
right.
told women, but
Okay, okay.
in closing of my long
Okay.
speech,
All right.
that I asked women this: what are you willing to sacrifice to fill your needs?
Mm.
I'm gonna just interject a little bit here and just bail it,
Please
and
interject,
pretty
please.
much I'm gonna do what the moderator said, which is pretty much answered the question. So he used he used I think a keyword, and the keyword was a solely, and so So can a man's worth be solely about his pockets or the money that he has or the money that he's earning or bringing in? And I think to somewhat, all right, the ladies just saying somewhat agree with Nate. I think basing that just on his money, basing his worth just on his money, I think is dumb. I think that concept is dumb because you're Xing out what else that person can bring in, and whether it might not be six figures, but it could be maybe a level of stability that might not be the rich fancy life, but it's a stable life. He can bring you love and compassion. He can be a good listener. All those things. He can end up being a really good father in the future, and all those things. So there's other concepts that I feel like are maybe just as important, if not more important, than money. However, let's not act dumb and blind here. Okay, no girl's but to hop into a relationship with a broke boy. Nothing about, and he could have a great pencil, right? He can be able to do everything in the bedroom, but the thing is, if a female can go into a relationship and she doesn't feel stable, then she's not going to stay there. And so there needs to be a simple balance of he might not have to be rich. I don't think you have to be rich, but you got to be trying to strive towards something. If you're at home, flip. And before I say this, I am not talking trash about anybody that works at the restaurant joint or flipping burgers. But if homeboy his goal in life is to make $8 an hour, flip burgers and be happy, well then his female pool is not going to be huge. All right, but if he's starting there, but he maybe is working towards a career, maybe he's saving up to buy a property or do something to really grow himself in his field, then that could be very attractive and appealing. The prospects of what that person can be. But to also grab something from Nate's thought, and this might be a tangent upon the normal question, is females have to make sure they're willing to walk in the same line that they're drawing. So if you're drawing that line and saying, I only want a guy that's going to make six figures, then you got to be able to give him the lifestyle of a female that he expects when he's making that much money. If that makes sense. He's expecting a certain thing out of female. So if you're going to draw that line in the sand, well, then you better be willing to walk out on that same line and meet him there.
All right, hey, so I want to jump in here and discuss this. So, solely on money, the answer is no. But is money a key part of a high value man? I would say yes. Okay, he has to be making money. Okay, other characteristics of a high value man that I would say is that
we
he
didn't
has
ask
to
for
be
other characteristics of a high value man. We asked, is it fair to solely
Get him right.
call a man high value based off what he's making? So we're not on whatever characteristics.
To that point, the answer is no. But if we want to talk about no, because there's other components of it that make up a high value man. Money is one of those components, but money solely doesn't make him a high value man.
Okay.
So,
but let me ask this real quick. Can somebody with money, so kind of flipping this question,
sure,
can you not be a high value man and still make a lot of money?
It determines what you are saying is high value. Now, to women, high value men make money. Yeah, high value men make money. Okay, not to all women. There's a huge population of women that believe that in order to be a high value man, you have to be making six figures. That's like let's just use the gold standard.
Let's just use the safe number. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 women determine.
I don't think it's 8 out of 10.
I don't know what kind of woman you're running into, but it's not 8 out of 10 women that require you to make six figures.
I say about 9 out of 10. Yeah.
9 out of 10.
I would say that.
I'm near. I mean, to be honest, I live in DC, like near DC, so a lot of women make six figures already. Right. So they're the ones that's taking you out to dinner and they're doing that stuff. So they got nice houses.
You need to take somebody out. You need to go ahead and take somebody out for a dinner then.
So what? I love free food. I love free
See,
food.
yeah, he gonna
This
love
guy.
being
Somebody
single.
come get him. This guy.
Okay, all right. This
No,
guy.
we're not gonna talk about me here. Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't do that. I take him out to McDonald's, whatever. But you gotta start from the bottom. You gotta start from the bottom to go up top. You feel me? You can't go from the top early.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna expect higher. Then you can't go any higher than no. We done.
No, we done.
Yeah. Time
Rob,
expired.
do you want to address? Do you want us to talk about high value men in terms of the characteristics of high value men and what I think the characteristics are?
No, nobody cares about
No.
what you believe characteristics are right now. Nobody cares about it right now. Okay, what we are getting at, okay, is the fact that what is it that you believe is making people just seek the financial security? Is it just that women are just so focused on security? Is that what makes them just say, okay,
Yes,
so and so
women
is
want to
making
be right, Rob. Women want to feel secure,
okay? So would you
But
say
and they want to build. Women want to feel secure,
no, like
and they want to
okay?
build. All
there's
right,
two
Okay,
types
so
of security
elaborate on that
here.
a little bit.
There's two.
right. So,
Okay, go ahead.
so you got to understand. So women, you got to understand. Women want to feel safe when they're around a man, and if
Okay.
a man is making money, it gives them a feel of security. That hey, if something goes wrong, this, he got my back. Also, women who are about something. Another thing that they're looking for in a man is somebody that they can build with. So if she has ambition, she wants to feel supported by her man. And if her man is getting the money, she and she's with them, she feels that them together can grow together. So the money gives her a level of security, and a woman also wants to feel that she can. To be honest, it's growth and security. They want to be able to grow with a man, and they want to feel secure.
There's two types of security here. They're
Okay.
secure in the physical form of being safe from harm, and there's a security of financial security.
Right.
I believe majority of women when it comes to security, like money can't only secures you when you are purchasing something. So something if you want to buy something of high value, that money he makes 6 figures plus whatever. I can do that because he's making. We're married. We're making that money, so it's okay. But I don't believe that women would rather be in harm than be safe. Now I say that to say that a lot of women are with, and I don't talk about anybody's job, their careers, or talk about it, but the drug dealers, they have great careers, right? So the drug dealers,
Drug dealers are
they
great
are
careers.
selling.
Career?
I mean, it's a great career to get caught. So when they're selling drugs, and whether it's cocaine or whatever they're selling, the women doesn't care about the safe part of being in harm's way because they know that's what it comes with. But they okay with the financial safety because they can buy any shoe they want, they can buy any bag and take their girls on a trip and do all that stuff because there's a financial blanket covering everything outside of whatever she want to do. So the women like to have the security of finance to buy more things and be okay with if I spend 6 figures on a bag, we're gonna be okay. But they rather get 6 figures on a bag than be like, I want to be able to sleep at night knowing that nothing's gonna happen to me. No one's gonna come through the door and rob me and my husband or kill us. They rather the financial than the physical safety part of being in harm's way, and that's when it goes wrong. So when
Nate,
you discuss,
Nate, so you said that there are women who would rather have the bag and feel unsafe physically. Is that what you're saying?
yes, because they at the
I
end
don't
of the
think
day,
so. But in that sense, I think you're talking more about a trap queen more so than
I mean,
a woman.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. For instance, and I know everything's fictional, but I'm gonna go to Power, the show Power. How she knew he was a drug dealer,
Right.
and and you're not safe. Your family, like you can't walk comfortably in the street with your kids. You gotta go in the car with security. You got a driver. You got security everywhere you go. Like you're a millionaire, right? Well, he was a millionaire, whatever. But then once he wanted to clean his life up with drugs and go to safety, two ways of safety. He wanted to secure the bag via clubs, not only in New York but Florida, but also I want my family safe, so I'm getting out of this drug game and going somewhere else. And now she didn't like him, because she was so comfortable in being in harm's way, making money, that she'd rather be in harm's way making money than being safe and making probably more money. Because more money into when you're in New York and in the scene they presented to us, he's having high value people in these clubs. She's making plenty of money. He has a party every weekend or every day is popping on, bottles popping, big parties, events, conferences. You're making more money in the club than you're doing selling drugs. And it's safe. I don't have cops behind me. I'm gonna do all that stuff. So the women, they're not gonna admit it because they so prideful, but they rather be safe financially than be safe lifely.
I think we're missing a major point in that show.
Likely.
Is that
New word.
We're missing a point, the fact that about the same time he was booming in these clubs and Tasha was trying to keep him in the street, he also saw Angela, which kind of blew up this whole thing, which was his first love. But I'm going to talk about something that John said, and it's not necessarily wrong, but I think more so that men have the mindset of building more than a female. And I say it in this sense. The female wants security in the sense of financial stability, mainly because, in this day and age, and whether it's not fair, I'll say this is not fair, but the pay gap is just a different for males and the females. And so that's why a lot of females, they seek out men that make more. Okay. So there is a blanket of, we can live a certain lifestyle because I'm bringing in money. I'm doing my thing, but he's bringing in more. He can provide. A lot of households have where men pay. Well, we grew up in a household where dad paid every bill and mom paid for trips and home improvements and the groceries. So, but in terms of building,
put the business out.
A male.
Put the business out. Mama's trapping.
Y'all thought that she was making cakes, but so when you look at it, a guy. So let's just say a guy makes six figures. He's just not going to take any girl off the street, fine, dine, or not. Like if she makes no money at all, for a guy, he has. In his mind, he has to continue to grind because he's taking care of two, because she's not bringing anything financially here. But when a guy sees a female that's grinding, that's making her $80,000 and he's making $100,000, he might be, I know from my standpoint, might be more attracted to her because he feels like I can build with her. I'm already grinding, making six figures. She can add. And we can multiply, and we can go into properties or go into other stuff. So when you use that word building, I see it a lot more with guys who seek out a female that they can build with, build a family, build a household, build a lifestyle, build and produce. Like with me and my wife, we're trying to, we build a family, and we want to build into other sources of owning property and stuff. And so that's something I feel like is more of a male trait than a female trait. But
messy. Yes.
So,
no, he got one mess up. In your little,
what? Where?
It's not a mess up, but it could be misconstrued here. Some men who make six figures and they can find a woman that doesn't make anything, but some women, they don't want to get into the work thing because they're searching, because they come in. When they grow up in life, they have a plan A. They don't have a plan B or C or D. So when they go into plan A, all they want to do is plan A. So they don't have it financially to get to plan A, right? So out the blue, some guys make six figures, he's in a club or bar, restaurant, they parlay. Long story short, they get married or they get engaged, whatever. Now it's not about she's not bringing it to the table. He can now invest his money into her for her goal to make money. So the thing is, I want to have my own salon. I do hair, so he's gonna put in his money to get her that building, location, supplies, so she can
But
do
she
her
has
hair
to be doing
and hire
something like
other people. No, but it's all about, for me. I mean, I want you to work, obviously, but it's all about the ambition, the hustle. What are you doing to getting towards your goal? How do you get into your goal? Are you just gonna sit there and just wait for somebody to just take you off your feet, or you are actually every day you're grinding on doing something that's towards your goal? And then
Nate.
I'm making six figures, and that's the girl that's hustling, that's goal oriented and everything. Hey, what you need? I'll give you 40-50 grand to start your business.
Nate,
All right.
what are you more attracted to? Are you more
process.
attracted to a female that's making 50 or 60 that has the hustle, that has that grind, that's putting forward her career, or a female that's not making anything, that's saying, "Oh, I need to find a man to invest in me so I can do this. I have that grind. I need somebody to invest." Like, I want
Somebody
a
need a
female
push.
that's self-made, hustler, grinder, that's gonna get what she can get, of course, the right way, and I can help her. I can help elevate her. But I ain't sitting here. I ain't no charity case, dog.
All right, I want to add something though. The thing is that it all depends on, because it seems like you guys are talking about what you want.
That's true.
We need to address the whole. Like, a high value man is making six figures. He's looking for a couple of things. He's looking for a woman that's fit, feminine, and cooperative. All right. I know that's a line from Kevin Samuels, but in reality,
where you said that from?
No. I'm giving homage to Kevin Samuels because he said that. But to the point, like, a man who's making money and he marries a woman who he's looking for. You gotta understand, like, certain men who are making money are looking for a woman who, after the stress of being out there and making that money, they can come home, can put their head on their shoulder, someone that can take care of their kids. We got to say, with us, we are ambitious people, and so we've married people. We married someone, except Nate. We married someone who's also ambitious. Okay, so to build and grow. But the thing is, you got to understand, the average man who considers himself high value, who's making the six figures, who's probably working 60 hours a week, is looking to come home to a household that's in order. Like, if his woman is out there making money, then who's taking care of the kids? if he's making money,
time out.
Yeah,
I go out to work. My wife go out to work. We pay for daycare. That's part of what they have a business for.
But look, I'm gonna say this. For instance, the NBA players,
right?
Their wives weren't working. But they were together. Like, LeBron was together with girls in high school. So she she grabbed the coattail all the way from high school to
whoa. They can be real love, bro.
Hold on. Now she's probably working, doing her own thing, but she was in high school with him, and he went straight to NBA to high school.
Right.
She was like, "Oh, this the bag. I'm sticking with my bag." And now he made millions and got all these deals and whatever, commercials, sneakers.
Right.
Now, hey, baby, what you want to do? I want to do this. Here's your money. Do it. Steph Curry's wife. Here's the money. Do it. So so regardless, they're making their money and they invested into it. When you get married, you're already stuck. There shouldn't be a question of we stuck together. Anyway, to death do you part. Anyway, when you have the means financially to support your household, and your wife is sitting there, like, she work at, just say your wife works at Zaxby's, okay? Because since y'all down south, I say Zaxby's. So they work exactly, making little sandwiches, they banging, good. Okay, she make a little money. It's not, no, this money isn't paying the mortgage. You
Right.
can say, hey, you can
But
take a little
she's
money and pay
hustling.
it,
But she's
right?
hustling.
Right. So you can say, hey, you can I'm making 6 figures. You don't got, just take, buy the groceries, whatever you want to do. So now she's sitting there like, maybe I wanna open up my own whatever. This is your wife. So now you have to, in order to, she needs help for her dream. You can't
Right.
fulfill your dreams by yourself. So you have the means financially to help her with her dream, towards the dream. And later on, it's not gonna be 24/7, but months, a year, whatever, you get that money back plus a bag of chips, and it's a residual income, and you're actually making big money. So your job as a husband is to invest in your wife. You already invested your life into her, so
Right.
why not invest your money into her? So you
My
invest your
job is to
money into it.
vet that investment first because she works at
You already
Zaxby's and she
married.
said, I want to make it. No, no,
If
no,
you,
no.
if
No, no,
you,
no, no. She works at
you,
Zaxby's. All of a sudden, you saying, I want to open up a hair salon. Girl, I never see you touch anybody here. So before
it don't make a
I
difference.
invest, I want to make sure I vet you out, see
You,
that you have the capability of running a business.
that's again, that is your job. When you're investing money, you're not just investing. You're not just saying, "Here, 50 grand, go rock with it." You're in the process, which is your money that you invested into her and her business. You have to follow that money. If you're not mentally stable for in the business aspect, you find experts or assistants and people that have businesses that can help her dream, because it's your dream too, because it's your money that started this dream. So
Okay.
it's your dream. It's your thing that you're going through. So if you have to, technically, what you just said, if you are married, you got to vet your wife for her dream, then you got the wrong one, because you already invested your life into this woman. You got children with this woman. So how are you gonna say I'm gonna vet her for her career path?
No,
Then you
no,
are
no.
bet.
I'm not betting
Then
on
you
career
bet.
path. You're yo.
If you're
I'm
betting
making
her on her
sure. I'm
dream,
making
you
sure
you
that
should have
Nate
made
is
sure that
capable of
during
doing what she
you
wants.
while you
All right, time
you
out.
All right.
Hey,
Time out.
both
Time
got
out.
time
Time
out,
out.
time out. All right. So Ozzy, I hear what you're saying because I just want to make sure that I am saying it correctly. You're saying that before you marry her, you need to vet whether or not she is someone who is about her business or someone who's just trying to ride your coattails. Is that what you're trying to
Well,
say?
no. Well, that what. But I think regardless, that's something that you have to do. But I think what Nate was pertaining to was if she has a goal or if she wants to have her own business that you would invest. And I said, yeah, but you also have to vet what you're investing. Like some people will sit there and say, "Oh, my wife makes great cakes. She wants to have a bakery shop." But brother, if you're the only one that likes her cakes and her cakes are trash to everybody else, she ain't in. There's no need to open a shop. So
So
making
you're
sure
saying
that whatever she is doing is something that is that you can see being a productive and something that of course can grow. Like I'm not throwing my money away for her dream. Like we have to vet, like just like everything else, you must vet your investment. So if she has something that can really work and you feel like it's something that she's really passionate about that can really work, then yeah, that's fine. But let's not just. I just want to clarify on Nate's statement. We ain't just throwing money around because our wife said that she wants to open this and she thinks it can work.
but
okay. So Nate,
that's your
so I see where Ozzy's coming from, saying that I am your husband. I want to support you. However, I'm not going to support you if there is no like legitimate pathway in order for you to get that business off the ground.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, Nate, is your stance that because she is your wife and she has an idea, you have to support it because she's your wife?
I'm saying for his statement of vetting his wife. If you're
No,
married,
not her, because you know her. I'm talking about
no,
making sure that the
I'm,
plan that she has,
I'm,
vetting that,
I'm,
making sure.
I'm saying you're vetting her dream. Her dream is to open a bakery, like you said earlier, whatever the example is. So you're vetting that dream. But as a husband, you should have been past that already. What I'm trying to say. There's no vetting when you're married. There's no vetting. Because you wouldn't obviously, if you're married, you tasted her cake. I'm hoping before you get married that she had maybe some little gatherings, and people ate her cake and it was great. It was amazing. Like for instance, you wouldn't bet your mother, mind you. If no one else ate your mama's cake, you wouldn't bet your mama's cake business. You'll go all for it. It's your mother. You don't need any betting for your mother. So why do you bet for your wife, who you sacrificed everything for her to marry? You vetted your entire life. You created a whole new family, and I'm going to vet my wife because she wants to start a business, do something. You should know already as a hold on, one more second. As a husband, you should know what her hobbies and talents are and what she can do. So there shouldn't be any vetting. Is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to your wife,
you're taking the term too far. I think if it's something that I knew previous to being married that she wants to do, that's one thing. But if it's something that she wants to do, and but at the same time, if there's no clear, legit pathway for her to be successful, or maybe the truth is her stuff really ain't that good or comparable to somebody else. Yeah, like I am all for supporting your wife or supporting your. I support mine and whatever she wants to do, if it's possible for growth, if it's possible for a production, then let's ride. Let's do it. But again, we're not in a world where we can sit here and throw away money because I have it. I'm going to toss it away because my wife is doing something. Like it's something where there has to be growth and product and stick to itiveness for her.
I mean, I'm hoping that she's building a cake business or a hair salon, whatever, to grow, not to just stand still.
But how many times has that happened and people just drop? Oh, I don't want to get. I don't want to get into.
But that's the so when you're the husband, you're investing.
Your own brother was in the daycare business. Is no longer in the daycare business because too many hats in the head. Like the truth is that happens all of the time. So you want to protect yourself against that.
Understand when you're investing any type of money you're investing into something, you want to follow that. You're not like you said. I'm not saying throw your money away to your wife and let her go to buy a business. You are following your money. So I'm giving you $100,000 to do something. Best believe I'm following up on every single dollar bill. Hey, who are you going to get this done? You got to look at the location. Who are you trying to attract to your location?
So you're going to micromanage your wife in her business.
It's your money.
I think that so let's go ahead and kind of switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Pertaining to this topic. So we've talked about high value men and how men are, categorized in a certain value because of the amount of money they make. And John made a point. He kind of reiterated the Kevin Samuels feminine, fit, and cooperative, I think it was. So is it problematic for a woman to kind of look for a man based off his salary if men obviously the first thing that kind of gets our attention is going to be how the lady looks. We want to see how she looks, and then kind of move it on from there into conversation and things of that nature. So, do you think it's fair for a woman to say, as men look at looks to lead their attraction, is it okay for a woman to use finances to lead her attraction?
Yeah.
So is it fair? If you break it down in that way, is it fair for a woman to look at the guy just like for men who look at a woman's figure and her shape? Is it fair for a woman to turn around and say, you know what, if this is how you guys are going to determine who it is that is desirable, then I'm going to use your wallet to determine whether or not one is desirable or not desirable. What are your thoughts on that?
It's fair game. It's fair game because the truth of the matter is each individual person can use whatever they want to figure out the person that they want to be with or what the requirements. Like all of us here can probably say something that was different that attracted them to their current wife or future girlfriend or spouse. Like the honest truth is there's some females that go out there and say it's his pockets that brought me, she goes into an expensive place and say, well, it's his ability to buy certain stuff or do certain stuff that attracted me to them. Or the person that might say it's their looks, it's their conversation skills, it's their blah, blah, blah. Like, it's fair because it's the individual person. Like, each individual person, there is no rules on, you need to look at this to find a spouse. It's your choice. It's whatever makes you happy. Now, I'll say this: going after a person's wallet as a prereq for you to be happy or finding your spouse is maybe not the wisest thing, but I can't tell you that's wrong. I can't tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. If that's what you want, heck, rock it. But don't be mad when the pickings are slim. Don't be mad if you find yourself in a relationship that is superficial or doesn't make you happy or might stimulate you in terms of what you appear to other people, but deep down inside at home you're miserable. That is the risk of how you value what things are important to you. There is a risk factor, and especially if you're valuing a person's pockets first, the risk factor is your actual life and relationship with that person.
So
Yeah.
would you say? So would you say that? I don't want to put it all on women. Would you say that people are okay with having just a superficial relationship? That
Yeah.
it's that most people right now are okay. I can just be the guy because he provides, this kind of lifestyle. I don't really need to care for him deeply, but as long as he's delivering this part of it, I'm cool being in a relationship. You think there are people out here that? What percentage of people? I'll put it that way. What percentage of people would you say are cool with having a superficial relationship as long as their financial or sexual needs are being catered to?
I would say 11.35%.
John, could you do me a favor and mute yourself?
Let's keep it a buck.
What?
At what age do people actually start looking for a serious relationship? Any relationship previous to maybe to 25 or whatever. I don't want to put a number on there. Like these high school relationships or maybe these college relationships where somebody is dating the star player. Like some of that stuff is based on the superficial fact of this guy might be somebody. I'm gonna ride the coattails, or this girl is really popular. I'm gonna date her because she gives me a status. And so when they seriously are seeking out, because there's a switch. It probably happens in the 20s. I don't know exactly when it happens for everybody, but there's a switch when you stop dating just to date and you date to seek your future wife or husband or whatever. And at that point, that I think there's a trial and error, a period that you use with prior girlfriends or boyfriends, and that shapes what you do when you're searching for your future spouse.
So Rob, to the point so yes, I agree. But Rob, I do feel that there's a percentage that do date for the superficial with the intention of the superficial becoming something more serious. So so I said 11.35%. That's just a number I just threw out because you asked for a number. But the thing is, I do think that there's a lot of women who are with certain men because they make money and because they put them in, it could be the circles that these men are in. But there could be a point that while they're dating this man, they see other aspects of this man and they want to then have a future with him. But currently, the goal with this particular man is to get whatever they can from him. Now, is that wrong? It all depends on, to me, looking at it as a whole, is it wrong? Yes, because when you start a superficial relationship, you end up with plenty of superficial relationships. There comes a point in your life where you have to be like, okay, what is it that I want? Do I want to be a wife? And if I'm not wifey material, what do I need to do to make myself wifey material to attract the men who I consider high value to have interest in me? Because there's a lot of men who actually, it's true, like men who make a certain amount, and let's talk about men who are making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, right? What those men are looking for is a woman who's fit, feminine, and cooperative. Okay, we're not talking about the guys who make 100, 150, 200. We're talking about the ones that are making real good money. Okay. So when they are out there looking for a wife, they're looking for a woman that fits those qualities. They're not looking for someone to build with because they've already made the money. They need someone that can take care of the other half. They want to have kids. They want those kids to be raised. They want they want a woman who can take care of the household. So when they go out and get the money, they come home, they have a place of refuge, and they're willing to provide. Um, so I just feel that the whole superficial piece is not is bad, but it's a reality that we have to say is part of the dating world now, and that's why you notice a lot of people are getting married a lot later in life because they spent their 20s, probably half their 30s with these superficial relationships, and they realize that, wait a second, this is getting me nowhere, and now I need to make a change to get to the point in life where someone is marrying me because they actually love me.
Okay, but I to that. Okay, I understand where you're coming from because obviously, if you're a high value man in that sense, based off your finances, you want somebody that can kind of balance you out, hold their end of the bargain. So you did say that as far as kind of the balance in the house of high value man looking for somebody who is cooperative, who is able to hold down, kind of their part. But our kind of question and the kind of question that we've been kind of jostling with throughout this whole episode is is it right, okay, is it right for that woman who thinks that she can be Susie Homemaker to simply go after a guy? Is it a feasible relationship if she's solely there because of his financial prowess? Is that going to be a feasible relationship? Is that going to be something that is even I guess for her part, the financial part is going to be beneficial for her. But is it even something on both their parts worth, uh, them kind of getting into a relationship? Like for example, somebody's making, like you said, 250,000, right? And all of a sudden he is with somebody, and he kind of gets the feeling that she's there for the bag. What is going to be the advantage for him to get into that kind of relationship, even if he thinks she's fine, even if he is like attracted to her, what's gonna be the value for him to get in that relationship? What's the benefit for him in that situation?
Well, there is none. If there's any relationship that's based on superficial things, like I mean, and money's important. You have to have it to live, and so it is very important. But basing a whole relationship based on the things a person has financially, there's an expiration date on that. Like at some point, there's more. Like there's more to you than just your $300,000 a year. Like what else can you do? And that's why we talk about when since we're talking about high valued men. When you sit there and ask a female like and you tell her to be just super honest and be candid, and you say what are the top 5 things that you want in a man? Money, making a lot of money or having money can be a one of that 5. Like we're not here saying don't go after guys, just on don't have a top 5 of money be a part of top 5. But that's not true. But if the top 5 things that you're looking for in a man is, does he have famous friends? Does he have money? Does he have a big house? Like, what about you? Like, what for you? Like, is it important that a guy listens? Is it important that a guy talk about their feelings? Is it important that a guy has a potential to be a father, a good one? Can that person? Can you see yourself with that person in 20 years? Can you be like the most beautiful thing now? Could you be in quarantine with that person knowing that you couldn't leave the house or go anywhere?
But if
Could you
somebody
like
who is seeking, no, but I would say is somebody who's seeking the bag that way, are they even thinking 5, 10, 15 years down the road to even care enough to, if something were to happen to this guy and
well
he can't
that's
earn
well
his money?
that's why I'm saying that mindset is flawed because of that.
Okay.
Because you're going to spend more time, most likely at home or in a place where money doesn't matter. Like you're going to spend more time, you would think, with with you and him, like at home, going out to eat, but like not in the sense of his money is the topic of like what else are you talking about, or what else are you with him for? Are you with him? You know, can you conversate? Do you enjoy being around him? Like what people don't get is if you got to really enjoy the person that you're with, like that, and that's not even. And the pandemic taught us all that. Like for those of us that were newly married, and I'm 3 years in, bro, we had to sit in a house with your significant other and could not leave for like months. So because that happened, I think now going forward, that's almost a thought. Could I be with this person, me and this person? Could we have enough conversation? Could we entertain of each other enough to be happy in each other's presence? For a long period of time.
All right. So we talked about high value men. So we have, I think, can agree and have a consensus that a man should not be either high value or low value based solely on his pockets because it raises different issues, of course. Seeking a man solely on what he makes is I guess, a bad move, and that's kind of what we're all saying here. Is a
Flawed,
bad
yeah.
move based off what can potentially happen, and of course, it sets up what we can see being a more superficial, shallow relationship where we're just kind of seeing what we can get from one another. All right, so we got that part, but what would you say then are the characteristics of a true high value man? If it's not necessarily based on what he's bringing in on $100,000 or what have you, what then is considered a high value man among men? Because we can say that the high value man moniker is mostly made by or referred to by women by guys who make 100,000, or more. But as men ourselves and men who have careers, who have dated and are are married. Most of us, have already done that. Nate, not yet, but that we assume that time is coming one day. But what
We assume.
characteristics?
We assume.
What characteristics would you say? What characteristics would you say are needed in order to consider yourself a high value man? If we're not going to talk about the financial part, like he has to make X number of dollars to be high value, then what are the characteristics of a high value man? For men, what would you
He,
say those are?
he has to be ambitious, a go getter. He has to have a grounded faith, and he has to have actual goals. High value men have goals, things that they're trying to achieve. So for me, that's what they have to have: goals, a grounded faith compass, and ambition.
Fake
As long
compass
as
um
you
as
have
in
goals, and you go to church, you're high value.
No, no,
well,
no. I
well,
said,
see,
I
that's
said a
dangerous.
faith, a faith compass. You
Meaning
have
what, John?
goals,
Meaning what, John?
so meaning that you have, for us, it's a belief in God. You got to believe in something. You got to believe in
wow.
in
So
a
I'm
higher
so
power.
you cannot be an atheist and be high valued.
I
deep.
don't,
That was deep.
I don't consider atheists high value people.
Wow.
Wow. Like you can't categorize that. You can't categorize that.
You can't. Hey,
Hey,
that you
to
can't.
any atheists listening to the show, I'm just
First
joking.
off,
That's
let
on
me
Oh,
you.
begin
serious.
by saying the mindset and thoughts of one person does not reflect the thoughts of everybody on the show. Viewer discretion advised. That's all I'm saying because
Hey, I'm gonna say
this
what I'm gonna say. I ain't
that
scared
is
of
not
nobody.
that's not
Uh,
necessarily the truth there.
I mean,
I
I
don't
say
think
that.
that's true.
Catch me outside.
Okay, how about that?
Okay, all right,
I
all
feel
right, all
like
right.
I feel like what is it?
Nate, go ahead.
I feel like a sense and I do this a lot. We were fortunate to be born and raised in a church household. So we cannot, and I'm not saying you can't say what you're about to say, but we cannot sit here and just say somebody has to believe in God or higher power, or whatever, because they may not have been raised that way. And since you weren't raised or born in that kind of environment, you're just living life the way you're living. That's how you do it. So, from my perspective, we're talking about ourselves. Yes, you got to have faith in God and all that good stuff. But we're talking about people in general. It's about being honest,
Mm-hmm.
loyal. These are a lot because when it comes, so we're taking away the money. She's like, man, he ain't make a lot of money, but he's loyal. He's like John said earlier, ambitious. But the major thing is a leader. To be a leader. So when you're the man, like when they categorize you as the head of household, you're the leader, and you're leading everything. Even when someone knocks on the door, you're walking to the door to answer it. Especially somebody that you're not even, you both are not even. No one on your list is coming into the house, and someone rings the doorbell. I'm not sending my wife to the door to answer the door or look to the peephole. That's my job.
That's
As
right.
a
That's right. Your job.
as a man, and I'm in a house where I'm married, I'm not sleeping away from the door. I'm sleeping near the door in case they get through my main door, which is crazy. If they get through that main door and they get to my room door, I'm the protector. So I gotta be the leader and the protector, not only my wife, my kids, but the whole entire household. So if you don't have any of those attributes in you, then it's not going to work. Like you're going to be the lowest of value. Because yes, security when security comes in, so now the financial security is gone. We're talking about outside of finances. I want to feel safe, is what she's going to say. I want when I'm with you, I want to be 1,000% safe. I want to be where I can walk in the street and I know if something pops off, you're going to defend me. You're not going to run when somebody is talking smack, you're going, oh, you know what, maybe let's go, let's run. No, we're gonna face this, and you're gonna take care of business as a man. And so you got to fill in all them blanks with the being a great listener, the loyalty, the honesty, the being there for her every step of the way. Because you don't, as a man, with not I'm gonna say a man without making all that big bucks. Now you're in their eyes, you're sleeping thin. So you don't want your wife to seek help from someone outside of your marriage. You don't want her to say, "Oh, my guy at work, Brian, we went on lunch break and I was talking about what I was going through because you were listening to me." Like you don't want that. But that tends to go to other things, and the people die and all that good stuff. So
All right,
Hey,
Ozzy, what?
you just got to be able to listen, man. Like listening, um, like John said, ambitious. Goal oriented, trying to improve your current situation because we're always trying to improve what we're doing. But I feel like caring is one thing. Caring for other people, doing things for other people that doesn't directly affect you. Like when we were kids, that's something that was instilled in us. Where like mom would give us $1 to give it to a person that didn't have any money. Like that, that thought of caring for other people is important because when you start a family and when you get married and blah blah blah, you're now having to care for other people, and it doesn't have to directly affect you. So being caring, being able to trust, being honest, like Nate said, the problem with a lot of marriages today or relationships is a lack of loyalty. The reason why the divorce rate's at 50 is because at the end of the day, there's no honesty, there's no openness. People aren't willing to talk, and loyalty's not there. Like people are changing teams, changing girls, changing guys, like it's draws or something. Like that's
wow.
that's the name of the game. And so and don't act like it's not something that is seen on TV, in movies, the artists, the athletes. Everybody's showing this lifestyle of, hey, I'm about to, I don't need no one girl. Like I don't know about y'all. I know this is on a tangent, but I'm seeing more of this a relationship with like one dude and like 5 girls, and I've been like, bro, like what? Like these
They call it
girls are
poly.
stupid. Yeah,
The
being the
Polyamorous.
polygamy, like,
Yeah,
but
poly
bro,
life.
these girls are stupid, bro. Like this dude cannot give you all what you want. Like there's no way. I don't care what he's packing in his drawers. He
Oh
cannot
wow.
give you what you all want. And if he could in the sexual way, there's no way he can by listening and being present. And there's no way. So like that's something that apparently is the cool thing. But like, you know, what I mean, it's one of those things where there's kids that are high school, bro. I got two girlfriends, coach. I got 2 boyfriends, coach. Like what, bro? Like it's something y'all bugging. So it's a lot.
All right. So in our conversation, we've said that high value men need to be loyal, honest, ambitious, protective. Right?
Right.
Those are what we can agree on. So would you guys say that those characteristics in a woman's eyes are more valuable than a guy who makes 6 figures?
If you want to be,
Depends on the woman.
I mean, yes, that too, but
Just
it
say
also depends.
an average woman, a woman. I'm not talking about a trap queen. I'm talking about
Okay.
an average decent woman. Would you think that those are more valuable to them than guy making 6 figures?
A woman of
Yeah,
God. A
yeah.
woman of God. Yes.
Time out. It
Here
doesn't
we
necessarily
go.
have
I
to be a
mean,
woman of God. It could be a
I'm
woman
not.
that
No, I'm not.
a woman who's
Women.
legitimately looking for to get married and legitimately, like, you know, you got women out here who just want to, you know, get in the sheets and then move on to the next guy. We're not talking about those women. We're talking about women who actually want a relationship. Would you say that those characteristics are more valuable than a guy making 6 figures?
Yes,
Yes, because
they
those are
are.
long
Okay, all
lasting.
right. So stop. So you guys said yes. So let me ask you this. This is the last question I'm going to ask for this episode. So since you agree that, okay, because I got a pretty good memory. I'm gonna remember what you guys said. Since you agree that those characteristics are more valuable than money, earlier in the episode, you guys said that most women are after the bag. John
I
was
didn't
like,
say
what,
that.
9, 8? Okay, Ozzy did not say, but John was like 8 out of 10. Nate said like 9 out of 10. So would you, now, since we agree that they want those characteristics and those are more valuable than the 6 figures, do you believe that because they are that those characteristics are lacking in men, that they go after the bag because they basically don't see too many men with those characteristics: loyalty,
Yeah,
honesty, protective? Do women
and
go after the bag because, heck, if I'm going to get with somebody and I know I'm not going to get those key characteristics that I want, I might as well have some material satisfaction for it.
yes, and that's why I said 9 out of 10. And I stand behind it, despite what I just said. Because now I still stand behind it. The reason why I said that earlier is because the woman who seeks the man with the bag seeks other men for everything else. So they got 5 or 6 different men. So they got a man. So they got the man at home that they're married to that's making the money that they are, spending their money, whatever. Then they got the guy that's actually maybe a guy at work or whatever the guy is that is listening to her. And then there's other guy that's piping her down. And then the other guy that's doing something else. So instead of finding all that in one man, you went for, like in the draft when you draft a player, they reached so far. So they're in the first round and they went and got a 4th round pick because he's making 6 figures. Okay. So they reached all the way out to get this guy when this guy is sitting right here in front of you that is not making all that, but has everything else that you want in life. So those things, those marriages, they become a stat of divorce because the guy figures out, oh, she could take my money, and then she out there doing whatever she's doing, that he's doing is a disaster. So I'm gonna stick by my 9 out of 10 because a lot of men, and some men, my friends, who knows, they don't do their job. They don't do their job, and they get what they want in the beginning, and then they get married, and then they done. They don't go through their process of the woman come from work, hey, how's work, baby? And she's talking to him, and he's just maybe in his phone or on the game. Like, bro, I want a game. Like, tell me that later. Okay, let me go see Jack over there, and he gonna listen to me immediately while he caresses my shoulders and continue on. So while you on your Call of Duty and your video games,
Yeah,
he
this
has
guy
some
watches
outfit.
so much TV.
I don't watch TV. I'm not home to watch TV. I work, I train, I work, I train, I tutor, I mentor, and I go to bed and go whatever. I don't watch a lot of
So how
TV.
you know these ladies got like all these men for different needs?
Man,
It's
come on, it's
society.
obvious. He's a side
I
dude that
mean,
is
bro.
the circle.
I mean, do you not know who Tyrone is? I mean, come on. You know who Jody is? You don't
Oh,
have to be. I mean, it's
are
obvious.
all those personas you?
Huh? No. No,
he's
I'm just
the
saying.
he's the side
Like,
chick guy. He's a side chick guy.
I have friends that females that were married, and I'm not the advice guy, okay, but I give them advice because I'm a realist. I don't give you fraudulent information. I'm gonna give you
Oh,
what you want to hear, whether
you gave them physical advice or you gave them verbal advice.
I give them both.
Let me
And
tell
then
you
Wow.
something.
at the end of the day, I give you the advice whether you like it or not. It doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna give it to you anyway, and it's going to it's to help edify you for the future. So to help you become a better woman in the future. So if you got a guy that I was with this guy for seven, my friend was with a guy for like 4 years, and they never were married. They never were engaged. So what? So what are you waiting for? So as a woman, you gotta look at yourself like, is is he someone that's going to commit? If you're with somebody 4 years and you're living with that person for 4 years, and he doesn't propose to you, you need to get out. He's not going to commit. When he does, it's after he's done whatever he's doing for the 4 years. It wasn't only with you, so he's just playing the game, and you're cool with it because you don't know about it or whatever the case may be. And he's running his little game, and he's running it. And like, you know what? Now after 8 years, I'm gonna propose to her and get. By that time, you gotta. If it's 4 years, you gotta go. You live together. You've been together since high school, whatever the case may be, and he's not committed to you. He rather commit to, oh, hey, I got a conference today at 7. Yep,
He
again
committed
out
to
of
the
the blue.
streets.
All right,
Exactly.
all right,
Your street
okay,
cat.
all right. So I got what Nate is saying. What do you guys say? Is it because do women basically create the moniker of the high value men to chase guys who make a certain amount of money because a lot of guys don't have the characteristics that they are looking for? Ozzy, what are your thoughts on that?
That can be true. I think there is a lot of growth that has to happen with both men and a female. For females to find the person they want, there's got to be people. There's got to be men that are at that stage of what they want. So, there's two thoughts that come to mind, and one of them is, you know, for a female, if she has a prerequisite of things that she is seeking out, she must be able to produce those same things in terms of to give that man. And also, the second thought is, be sure that you are looking in the right place for something that you're trying to find. Don't try to force those wants onto somebody that's in a stage of their life that's just not ready to give it to you. And so
Hmm.
there's a process in which, you know some of it has to do with time. Some people are tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting. I want a person to be ready. Well, if that person's not ready to meet you where you need them to be, then move on. And also, you're don't go looking for honesty, loyalty, trust, and then go end up in a club every day trying to find the big baller rapper. But oh, that's who I want. Like, there has to be some balance in the person you're seeking and where you're looking. And then once you find that person, or if you believe that you found that person, you being ready at that moment as well as that person to have a relationship.
All right, John, go ahead and cap us off on this question.
What can I say about this question? I think for women, going back to your question, I think for women, many of them want the security, want the stability, want the ambitious, the godly, the faithful man. But we also have to look at, where they're looking for these men. All right. And I just think, I feel that my number is close, 8 out of 10, in terms of women who go for the money, because I think for a lot of women, the money, because the man has worked to achieve a particular status, the money makes them feel secure. And so, with that being said, I just think right now it's just a generation of lost souls. There's a lot of lost souls there. I don't think people truly know what they actually want, as opposed to people, let's say 10 years ago, who were specific in what they want. And so the one thing that they can see is money. And that's why you notice a lot of the men who make money attract a lot of women. But in essence, because women were attracted to this group of men who have money, that group of men who have money have become now superficial. And it's not until they reach a level of maturity where they're making what I say, like making six figures is one thing, but I'm talking about like making six figures where you don't have to really worry about what you spend. Like if you want to go buy a Mercedes-Benz truck, you can buy a Mercedes-Benz truck. So someone that makes 120,000 can't really go buy a Mercedes-Benz truck. Okay. But if you make 600,000-700,000, yeah, you could go buy a Mercedes-Benz truck, because a Benz truck was what, 120, 130. Yeah, you make $700,000 a year, you could buy a Mercedes-Benz truck. So I just think that money has become the substitute for the security, for everything else that women want in a man, and that's what I feel.
All right. So, guys, we talked about high value men. We talked about how they're viewed and kind of what that moniker or that title means to some people in terms of how they designate who's high value, who isn't. And we talked about what we feel are some of the characteristics of a guy who should be considered high value. We also touched on basically, why women are seeking men for their bag and what can be potential pitfalls and whether or not it's fair. But I think at the end, we all agree that a man who is truly of value has to have more than money in order to have that true value. And I think that's kind of what we touched on today in this conversation. But for our audience, we definitely want to hear what it is that you have to say. So you can hit us up on Instagram at 6 Sides of Life. That's spelled out 6 Sides of Life, SIX Sides of Life. That's on Instagram. You can also hit us up through email. 6sidesoflife@gmail.com is where you can drop some comments, tell us what you think, tell us how excited you are to have season 2 finally starting back up. We definitely want to hit you with a lot more content, a lot more conversations, but just tell us what you think. What is the importance, or is it right for a man to be considered high value based off his income? What are the true characteristics of a high value man? Hit us up. Let us know what you think. Let us know what topics that you want to see on future episodes. Anything else for the our audience, guys, before we sign off?
Be you, they'll adjust.
Be you, they'll adjust. That is great advice from Nate. So until
Wait,
next time.
I got something to say too.
Oh Lord.
They
Because you
gonna
asked.
come in there.
Stop being slow.
Sorry, man.
Hey,
I want to say something profound. Be you.
Here we go.
Hold on. Let me set the stage. Be you.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
And they will see the true you.
What?
All right. So also
Boy,
in the email, tell us if you want to see
get him
John
out of
on a
here.
future
Get him
episode
out of
because
here.
we may have to take him off the cast.
Get him
Um,
out of here.
once again, hit us up Six Sides of Life on Instagram or Six Sides of Life at gmail.com. Thank you for being part of our episode. We're excited for season 2. We will see you. Take care. Peace.
We love you, folks. All day,
I don't know
all
yet.
night. We love you.
I don't know y'all, so I don't love y'all.